Quick question, before we get everything started, which one do you prefer? This one?
What?
Nothing. I said okay.
No, you don't think it's the same, right? But you don't think it's the same because I knew my dad my whole life and I knew William for less than a year, so the bond was different. Obviously, it was easier for me to make peace with his death.
Is that what you think?
I think I lost two fathers. And I think if I had it my way, obviously I wouldn't have lost either one of them. So to answer your first question, yes, I'm fully aware that I'm just a cute little pawn on the universe's big giant chessboard. I don't need an exercise from some overpriced therapist in cheap shoes to prove it to me. That was uncalled for. Sorry.
Or this one?
Oh, look, he's alive. Happy? What's wrong, Maman? No more coin tricks? Guess you didn't feel like talking. Too bad. What about all this stuff? Samael knows about this place now. There's probably enough here to rebuild his army 10 times over. We good with that? Okay, fine. Let's go. But I'm taking the souvenir. Patience isn't my brother's thing. Or mine, now that I think about it. So get to the point.
Alright, thank you for answering all of my questions and answering truthfully. Let's get the video started. So, do you really need an art degree in 2025? The answer is no. No, you don't. Anyway, that's all for this week. I'll be seeing you next Friday where we will be. But seriously, all jokes aside, the last 3 to 4 years have been a pretty crazy time for artists, especially considering things like, AI. So in this video, I'd like to break some things down for you. We're talking money, job security, the impact of AI, and for those who know this struggle all too well, the plight of being a neurodivergent artist in a structured environment. And for those who might not like what I have to say, stay mad, but also stay tuned, because this is gonna be good. So, we're popping off with the heavy hitter right away, because this seems to be a problem weighing on the hearts of especially young artists, beginner artists. Me, myself, I am often very worried about this topic, and that is AI. Now, I'm nowhere near skilled enough in my marketing abilities or artistic skills to tell you that you shouldn't be worried about AI from a skill standpoint, but as someone who's been making art for 8 years plus and seriously, taking my artistic career seriously in the last 5 of those years, I would say that this topic is very new, at least 3 to 4 years old by now. So, to get into the nitty-gritty of what I've researched and have observed from other artists by asking around, the art industry is not what it used to be. Technology, social media, and AI have completely reshaped the landscape. AI tools like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion have flooded the market with instant art, making it pretty hard for traditional artists to compete in certain fields, especially concept art, stock imagery, and corporate design. With or without a degree, your portfolio and adaptability matter way more than a diploma in the current art market. Many companies now prioritize speed and cost efficiency over handcrafted artwork, hiring AI editors rather than illustrators. And I know you hear this a lot. AI can't replace human creativity, storytelling, and emotional depth. And to that, I'd say there's two coins that have the same side, but also have a different side on each side, and everyone's opinion is different, and only time will tell. But here is the actual truth, because there's truth in both of those statements of being like, yeah, AI can't be a human, and also, yeah, AI is gonna replace us all, we're freaking doomed. If you're an artist, or you want to start creating art and making a profit from it, good Jesus, forgive me, I can never speak. If you're an artist who focuses on unique style, personal branding, and storytelling, you can still thrive in the industry today. AI isn't the heart and soul of human creativity, but it can replicate what that looks like. Let me paint a little picture for you. Say AI in 2 to 5 years is able to fully replicate someone's art style, their storytelling, and overall artistic voice. And this AI art is shown in a gallery in Los Angeles, for example. While looking at the piece, you will marvel at it. It's art, obviously. However, the trick behind this is that once a person looks at this beautifully done art piece, and the gallery showman tells the patron,
"Oh, this piece was actually crafted by an artificial intelligence painter known as Ali006.
all of the magic, all of the beauty in that art itself loses all of its previous value. Like in the drop of a hat, just immediately it's gone. AI art isn't impressive, it's convenient. Now, from the tech-savvy kind of like coding style of my brain, I'm saying that is pretty freaking impressive. But my heart and soul tell me that it's a cop-out, and why would you ask the robots to do the fun stuff first? Hello? But back to what I was saying before. What makes art is the artist, the love, the intention, the time and effort put in. Human beings cannot get their time back, and other human beings know that. That is why art is so important. That's why it is appreciated by those who understand its worth. No matter how quickly a company will be able to get out your favorite TV shows using AI, there is no longer that tangible love, that passion of human intention, of time you can never get back. But because God has created a light in us to share, there is not a single soul who can be replicated, regardless of your personal beliefs. People will continue to sustain people. Kind people exist. So, have hope. No matter how advanced AI becomes, it will never carry the weight of a human heart, the depth of our struggles, or the warmth of our dreams. Art is way more than its final form. It's the journey, the imperfections, the moments of doubt and triumph that make it real. What we create isn't just a product, it's a reflection of the soul behind it. And no machine, no algorithm, no shortcut can ever truly replace that. So make art. Make your crochet Animal Crossing bucket hats and your Zelda vinyl stickers. Everything you've ever wanted. Because time is short, and sitting around afraid of the man and the machines at play will only rob you of that creative freedom. Alrighty, so let's talk money. The cost of art school is no joke. Many private art colleges charge $40K to $60K per year, and that's not including everything else you would probably have to pay for. If you're moving out of state, if you are, taking any classes that require books, the money will pile up on you and you will be drowning in debt. That's the short version, but let me give you some stats. Only about 50 to 60% of students actually graduate from art school, meaning a huge chunk drop out before getting that expensive degree. The average art student graduates with $70K to $100K in debt, plus, with the average salary of an artist being about like $45K per year. Many grads take on decades of debt before actually paying off their loans, if they ever do. Now, what I found out recently that terrifies me, because why would you want to leave that burden on anyone? If you die before paying off your debt, the people in connection to you have to pay it off for you. So imagine having a bunch of kids, and your kids are all poor as well because the economy is trash and you live in America. Imagine having a bunch of children all together having to come together to pay off mommy's debt because mommy wanted to go to art school. I just thought it got expunged. No, little Billy. No. You're going to have to pay off mommy's debt. Let's compare that to a surgeon's debt, and then in comparison to their debt, their salary that they will gain after, accumulating that debt from school. Becoming a surgeon is crazy expensive as well. The average med school debt is around $200 to $300K. But there is a big difference within this. A surgeon's average salary is $300K per year, meaning they can realistically pay off their debt within 5 to 10 years. Meanwhile, an artist is making $45K a year, often less, and will struggle to pay off even a fraction of their debt before they're in their old age. And that's real talk. As a broke college girl, having grown up in LA, I have seen firsthand how many people pour everything into a dream, only to be left with crushing debt and little to show for it financially. This city thrives on hustle and bustle, but the harsh reality is not every investment guarantees a return. I've watched artists spend tens of thousands on a degree, only to struggle to land a job that barely covers rent, let alone the loan payments. A friend of mine actually got picked up by Disney and dropped out of school because why would you keep going if you're working for Disney, right? right? And she was smart, because not only was she going to have to be paying so much more just to pay off that one semester of tuition, good God, she was going to have to pay off like 100K. 100K. Money does not grow on trees. Be wise. And it's not just about the money. It's the mental, emotional, and physical toll as well. Art school is demanding, and if you're paying thousands just to be overworked, burnt out, and still unsure of your career path, is it really worth it? Think strategically. Could that money be better spent on high-quality tools, internships, or a business course that actually helps you sell your art? Everyone who wants to go to college wants the college experience. Dorming, finally feeling free, feeling like an adult, and to top it off for most artists, being able to study and grow amongst other artists as well. That's the interesting part of art school, why we all want to go. Being able to engage with other like-minded people, weirdos mostly, and having to challenge your creative point of view, being inspired by others' work, pushed to get better at what is already something you find a deep interest in. That's what we want. But you have to ask yourself, could a different learning path give you the same skills with more financial freedom? And these questions are hard to ask, but asking them now could save you from a world of stress later, and from mountains of debt. But with my 2 cents in, you literally don't have to listen to me, and if you have the money to throw at art college, having been blessed with financial stability as a young adult, go, because it is an experience. I haven't been. I am a community college girly through and through. However, I have people in my life who are currently in art school or going to art school in the future, and they are pretty excited about it and are pretty happy and hopeful. So if that's something you can afford, I'm not trying to stop you. I'm just saying, for the people who ain't got it like that, why would you set yourself up for failure? I mean, like, not saying that you can't get blessed, but be realistic. The starving artist stereotype did not just pop out of nowhere. Traditional career paths in art, like working in animation studios or as a concept artist, are incredibly competitive. There are way more skilled artists than there are job openings, and even if you land a gig, the industry is notorious for contract work, layoffs, and unstable employment. So, if you're banking on a degree to magically land you a secure job, I hate to break it to you, but it's not that simple. Freelancing and content creation are becoming more viable alternatives, however. But there is a huge catch to this. It requires way more than just artistic talent. Let me be the first to tell you, if you thought you were just gonna draw and post and just magically get likes and views, you must be living underneath a rock, because it is not that simple. You will need business skills, marketing knowledge, and self-discipline. A whole lot of self-discipline. A pot of gold worth of self-discipline to actually make a living off of your work. That means understanding pricing, taxes, contracts, and how to market yourself online. And yes, that's way harder than just turning in assignments for a class, but it's the reality of being an independent artist. You might be asking, Mocha, how did you acquire this knowledge? I tried it myself. I was selling my stickers at my school for a time, and I realized that if no one knew the stickers existed, no one was going to buy the stickers. And you think that would come naturally to your brain, and you wouldn't go, oh my god, why isn't anybody buying my stickers? This is a terrible... Wait. You idiot, you didn't promote your stickers! Even if you do decide to go the traditional route, here's the harsh truth. A diploma alone will not get you hired. Your portfolio, networking, and adaptability will. Many studios and employers don't even ask for a degree anymore. They want to see that you can do the work. And guess what? You can build a killer portfolio, get freelance clients, and gain industry experience without spending thousands on a formal education. So, what's the move? Diversify. Best financial decision you can make for yourself to secure your art career is having multiple streams of income. Maybe sell your prints, you run a YouTube channel, look and subscribe. Take commissions, create merch, freelance, or even teach online courses. If one source of income slows down, you have backups. Think of it like a creative safety net. You don't want to put all of your beautiful eggs into one fragile, AI-ridden basket. The truth is that there is no guaranteed way to secure an art career, but being adaptable, skilled, and business savvy will put you ahead of the game. So whether you go to college or not, the key to job security is this. In this economy, you have to hustle smarter, not harder. Despite everything, art college isn't totally useless. It just depends on what you intend to get out of it. If you thrive in structured environments, need mentorship, or want access to industry connections, college can be a great option. Certain fields like animation, game design, and fine arts may still benefit from formal education and networking opportunities. However, you don't need college to be successful. Many artists thrive without it by using online resources, community networking, and self-teaching. The key takeaway? Do your research. Know your goals, and don't go into massive debt unless the benefits outweigh the costs. Let's be real. Traditional education is not designed with neurodivergence in mind. Y'all get it? In mind?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
If you have ADHD, autism, a specific learning disorder, or any other neurodivergent traits, you already know the struggle. Rigid schedules, repetitive coursework, and being forced to work on projects that don't spark joy. The experience of being forced into that rigidity might shy you away from actually wanting to go to school after school in the first place. Art school often follows a strict curriculum, meaning you don't always get to create what excites you. Instead, you might be stuck on an assignment that feels pointless, draining the very creativity that led you to pursue art in the first place. For those of you with ADHD, the way you learn is different. You thrive on hyperfocus. When you're deeply passionate about something, you can spend hours refining your craft without even noticing time passing. But when you're forced into a structure that doesn't engage you, hello, procrastination and burnout! Instead of actually learning, you're battling executive function, missed deadlines, and that constant pressure of, why can't I focus like everyone else? That's why alternative learning paths can be a game changer. Self-study, mentorship, community college, which often offers more flexible schedules and lower pressure environments. These things can provide the skills you need without forcing you into an environment that drains you. Plus, online resources like YouTube, Proco, and Skillshare allow you to learn at your own pace, following your own interests. Now, this isn't to say that college is a bad option. Some neurodivergent people actually thrive in a structured environment, especially if they benefit from routine and external accountability. If deadlines, feedback, and structured curriculums help keep you personally on track, then art school might be a great fit for you. Or just a college that offers an art course. But at the end of the day, the key is knowing yourself. What fuels your creativity versus what stifles it. At the end of the day, you don't need an art degree to be a great artist. What you do need is learning a method that works for you. One that lets your creativity flourish rather than forcing it into a box. And that's my 2 cents on that. Shout out Kiki. She inspired me to make this segment because I feel like it's not talked about a lot, but a lot of artists I've known personally from my own personally gathered statistics tend to be neurodivergent or introverted. So knowing that you're seen and heard is really important to me, so go out there and make that art, bro. Your autism's not gonna stop you. You're great and amazing and beautiful and lovely. Alrighty, let's talk about survival. I know we all love romanticizing the idea of dedicating our lives to art, but let's be real. You cannot create if you are struggling to survive. There is this idea floating around that if you really love art, you should throw everything else away and suffer for your craft. Let the passion fuel you. Yeah, okay, passion is great, but passion does not pay rent. Passion does not put food on your plate, or in your belly, or clothes on your back. Passion will have you sitting at your desk for 10 hours straight on one piece, only to realize you haven't eaten all day and your bank account is looking like a horror movie at the end. Everyone's dead. Growing up in the hoods of Los Angeles, I saw firsthand what financial insecurity does to people. I knew from young that if I wanted to be an artist, then it needed to be stable and lucrative. And let's be honest, not everyone makes it big in the art industry. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but having a backup plan isn't giving up. It's being realistic. Like seriously, if this whole art thing does not take off for me by the time I'm like 26 to my 30s, I'm taking my art degree and becoming an art therapist, or getting into criminal justice where the robots will be the last to take over. Favoring your stability in life is an adult thought. It's setting yourself up to actually enjoy your art without just constantly stressing about it and the bills you have to pay. That's why a lot of artists, myself included, go to college for something other than art. I'm actually considering switching over to maybe engineering or coding, but also AI can snatch that as well. But it's not just about what the robots can snatch from us guys. It's about what you want to do in spite of having a backup plan on what you really want to do. But seriously, consider your margins, consider what you're capable of, and consider a second plan. Picking up a trade actually sets you up to make money. Learning a skill like IT, marketing, 3D modeling, welding, carpentry, cosmetology, etc. These things can put you in a position where you can financially support yourself while pursuing your passions on the side. For example, I go to a community college and have learned 3D effects, modeling, and sculpting. Not only is this helping me improve my 2D art, but it also is giving me valuable marketable skills. And the reality is, companies pay for specialized skills. And if you have something like 3D modeling or graphic design under your belt, you'll have a way better shot at securing a stable income while still being in the creative field. Not filled. My goodness. Now, I know some of y'all don't even want to consider the idea of doing anything besides art, but think about it. If you have financial security, you can create without stress. If you can create without stress, you might be able to grow faster or grow into something that you'll be proud of. You won't have to take commissions that you hate just to scrape by, you won't have to put off doctor visits because you can't afford them, and you can actually take time to enjoy your craft instead of constantly worrying if you'll have enough money to survive. So if you are seriously serious about making art and making that your priority, make sure you're also prioritizing yourself. Because let's face it, if you starve yourself in the name of art, you're not going to be around long enough to make those dream projects anyway. The answer is no, but it also depends on you. If you're disciplined, resourceful, and willing to learn, you can 100% make it without college. If you need guidance, structure, and networking opportunities, college would be useful, but it's not a magic ticket. Art college specifically gives you is the environment and reliable, easy critique. In 2025, your portfolio, skills, and business mindset matter way more than where you got your degree from, or even if you got one at all. So before you drop cha-ching amount of money on tuition, ask yourself, is this the best investment for my art career? At the end of the day, whether you go to art school, self-teach, or pick up a trade, there is no one-size-fits-all path to being an artist. What matters most is finding a way to grow your skills while taking care of yourself financially, mentally, and physically. So don't let anyone tell you you have to go to art school to be successful. If it works for you, great. If not, then there are plenty of other ways to make it as an artist. Just be smart about your choices, stay open to learning, and most importantly, don't let the starving artist mindset keep you from actually living. And with that, I'd like to thank you for coming. Also, leave a comment saying if you're going to art college or if you're self-teaching currently, or if you're currently in art college and what college you go to, and if you're enjoying it and what the experience has been like. I am so eager to learn because I really wanted to go to art college. I just couldn't afford it, and I had to be realistic about myself and where I came from and how much money I'd be willing to spend on it, and if tuition would cover it all, then how much I'd be able to pay or how much I'd have to pay after. And that's partially why I'm making this video, because I know there are other people out there who are also thinking those things and wondering if cue the what if trailer guy open dude, the
What if?
But anyway, as always, stay creative, stay healthy, and have a blessed rest of your day.